it's the Irish. You can't stop them from drinking booze. It's that's what they do. The Irish just drink. I don't think they know much else. Hey guys, all right, today we are watching another salmonella video. This one on history's worst non-water floods. So I guess like mudslides. Mudslides kind of involve water. That's how you get mud. Water mixes with dirt. I don't quite know what to expect. So let's go ahead and start watching it.
Hey kids, if you've been on Earth for any amount of time, you should know that this place is pretty wet and wild. With water just falling from the sky whenever it feels like it, it's no surprise that floods are among nature's most common means of wrecking humanity's hard work. However, not every...
Yeah, especially China. China, I think, is very... China, India, and the Nile. And, well, I guess the Middle East with the Euphrates and Tigris. I think I got my Middle Eastern, my Babylonian area, my Iraq area rivers correct. China though is pretty evident. They talk a lot. If you go and look through Chinese imperial history, a lot of the precursor to the fall of dynasties is like rise in floods and famine. Typically typically happens before a Chinese dynasty gets taken down. But it's also pretty common throughout their history, just because I think of the way the terrain is in China.
Every flood has been made out of plain old H2O. Today, we're going to talk about some of the few non-water liquid disasters
Why'd
that
the cow
mankind
take his
has
glass of
endured.
water?
January 15th, 1919 was a particularly warm day for Boston. At around
Oh, I've heard of this. I think I've heard of this. This is the molasses. This is the molasses one. I've seen the memes.
40 degrees Fahrenheit, well above the freezing temperatures of the past week. Men wore their hats a little less snugly, children huddled about the fire a little less closely, and a metal tank containing 2.3 million gallons of molasses decided to collapse. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sam, I've never even held a molasses before. I didn't know there was 2.3 million...
He's got a fucking point. I've never held molasses before. Never.
Gallons of it in the world. What was that much molasses doing in one place? Well, young grasshopper, as with most things, the answer is alcohol.
Okay, fair point.
As the cylinder came tumbling down, it unleashed a delicious brown tsunami that was 25 feet high at its peak. Also,
Holy
forget
shit.
everything you know about idioms, because the waves were recorded to have moved as fast as 35 miles per hour. That means you're slower than molasses. Nerd, add that...
Fuck! I'm slower than a fucking fuck.
To the fact that molasses is way more dense than water, and you've got a recipe for some major destruction. Eyewitness accounts of the event describe houses being swept off their foundation and subsequently demolished. The level of damage was comparable to a tornado sweeping through, its path of devastation stretching a half-mile long.
What the
Here's a
fuck?
picture of, something. I can't tell what it was supposed to be. All I know is that molasses clearly does not play.
Holy shit. How does it... Because physics, right? Someone that understands physics, please correct me when I'm wrong, because I did not do good in physics. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a math-headed person. I can understand basic concepts, but not plugging in mathematics I cannot do. But, Newton's law, it had to have like just exploded out of its container, and it just kept going. And I know he said millions of liters. That's enough to do that kind of damage at only 35 miles per hour to bend metal. What? What?
That's not all, though. A truck was picked up and chucked into the harbor, a train car got knocked off its tracks, and a bunch of dogs and horses just straight up drowned. Oh, and some
Oh,
people too. Around 150 were injured and 21 were killed in the disaster. Talk
what?
about the sweet release of death, am I right? Ha ha. A couple of reasons these numbers were so high were that A, once you're stuck in something that thick and sticky, you're kind of fucked unless 3 guys with a rope happen to show up. And B,
Yeah.
the affected area was so large that 3 guys with a rope would have no way to get to you without getting trapped themselves. As a result, rescuers had to wait several days before the molasses either sufficiently drained out of an area or hardened up enough in the sun and the cold so that it could be walked on without sinking in. After the incident, cleanup was carried out primarily by blasting the streets with salt water, which took many weeks and stained the waters of the Boston Harbor brown for months.
Oh my
Naturally, all
God.
the rescue workers and cleanup crew ended up getting molasses all over them, which led to them getting the stuff all over payphones, subway cars, door handles, you name it. It's said that for decades afterwards, residents could still catch a whiff of molasses outside during the summer months, and Boston remains one of Forbes' top 10 stickiest places to this day.
Oh no, I really shouldn't read this, but I'm going to. Golden Corral. Atlantic City, New Jersey. Okay. The Gamer Gunk Factory. Oh my God. Oh, Gamer Gunk. I think I remember that shit. I remember those ads. That shit's fucking weird. It's like the kind of like it's like slime you put in your hands to, like, I guess, de-sweatify your hands. De-sweatify. Huh? The Chuck E. Cheese ball pit in specifically in Sacramento, California. Specifically, Danny DeVito's navel. R/Gruel. Oh yeah. Danny Trejo's. Danica. All right, Danica Patrick's in here. Boston and Walla Walla. WA. Fuck. Washington. Right. WA is Washington, right? Yeah. I know a good amount of the abbreviations for American states, but not all of them. I kind of get them confused.
Our next
Sometimes.
tale took place on the evening of June 18th, 1875 in Dublin. A fire had been raging
Is this
across
beer?
several blocks
Wait, no, that's water-ish.
of the city for many hours prior, and like many
It's beer.
of us do after a long hard day of wreaking havoc, the fire decided to mosey on over to the malt house for a much needed drink. Around 5,000 barrels of whiskey and other social lubricants subsequently burst from the heat, sending a cascade of what is essentially liquid fuel careening out into the
Oh my
street,
God.
carrying the inferno on its back wherever it went. Now, normally you think people would just run away from the impending danger, but being that this is Ireland, the crowds of people had a better idea. They said, "Hey, fellow upstanding citizens, why don't we band together and, help with the cleanup efforts?" So they decided to dispose of the river of
No.
beverage running through their neighborhood by hiding it safely away in their stomachs. Some people drank directly from the street, while the classier among them were seen taking off their nasty sweat-filled boots, filling them up and just gulping away. Keep in mind,
Ugh.
while today's version is flavored primarily with cinnamon, this Fireball whiskey contained a special blend of spices including ash, street filth, tiny shards of glass and wood, and whatever else you could imagine. But hey, free
Ragu?
drinks are free drinks. In the end, 13
Yeah.
people perished as a result of this incident. Was it from the fire? Nope. Smoke inhalation? Mm-mm.
Nope.
Drowning? Still
Nope.
no. Unfortunately, though they did boot and they did rally, they forgot to do both at once. As a result, all 13 deaths were actually from alcohol poisoning caused by chugging too much runaway liquor. So let this be a lesson, kids. Don't drink street booze. You have no idea.
It's the Irish. You can't stop them from drinking booze. It's that's what they do. The Irish just drink. I don't think they know much else.
Idea where it's been. Just go to a dispensary instead. Moving along, here's another potation inundation, this time on the other aisle. 1814 London was a
What did
rapidly
London
growing
do?
metropolis, and like all metropolises, it had its fair share of densely populated slums, one of which was St. Giles Rookery. And what better place is there to build a brewery
Beer
than
is
amongst
here.
the impoverished and thirsty? Unfortunately, said brewery apparently got cocky and decided to skimp out on their iron rings that hold up the big beer things budget, leading to one of the vats completely collapsing and knocking over all the others with it. In total, around 323,000 imperial gallons, or 1.5 million liters of beer were unleashed that day.
Holy
a flood
fuck.
of ale pushed over the wall of the brewery with the same ease that Jared Kushner pushes old ladies down escalators.
I have no words.
gushing out into the streets and totally demolishing multiple homes situated nearby. Good morning, America. I'm reporter Pat Lauer. No relation, don't worry. We're here at the scene of the world's biggest party foul. Ma'am, how does this whole thing make you feel? Ha, don't worry. This isn't the first time alcohol has torn my household apart.
That's sad.
In all seriousness, my husband has struck me on multiple occasions. At least 8 people are known to have died as a result of the incident, either from drowning or from having their house dropped on them. In spite of this,
Their whole house was dropped on. Well, yeah, crumbled on itself. Okay, yeah.
nobody was held responsible for the disaster, with courts concluding that the collapse was an act of God. I wish people were that lenient with act of God clauses today, like, alright, here's your coffee, ma'am. Whoops. Jesus Christ, it burns! Yes. That was Jesus Christ who did that. You motherfucker, my legs are fusing together! Eh? God works in mysterious ways. Maybe you were supposed to be a mermaid, who knows? So, I hope the knowledge of these events will serve to empower you in your life going forward. If you find one of your friends trapped in molasses, now you'll say, don't worry, I'll save you. In a couple days. If your street is ever flooded with hard liquor, you'll say, oh boy, time to start chugging. In
Hell yeah.
moderation, of course. But why stop there when you can learn a lifetime of practical wisdom with...
And that's the cue for the ad. I'm starting to learn your cues, Salmonella. I'm learning. I'm evolving. Anyways, yeah, non-water floods. Well, literally non-water floods, as there is water liquid inside of all the things that were mentioned, but, you know, non-water water. But yeah, those... I knew about, I've heard of the molasses story before. And I think I've heard mention of, the London beer flood. I don't think I've heard of the Dublin one, though. That one was new. And fucking funny. Of course, the Irish, of all people, would go out into their dirty streets, because that's what all cities are like. All cities are fucking filthy. And drink the booze that I think was on fire, or at least I think Salmonella said it was on fire, or at least it started off on fire. I don't know if when they were drinking it was on fire. Probably not, because otherwise they would have died from burns. But, you know, it's got wood chips, it's got glass, it's got street filth, it's probably got people's piss in it. And they're still gonna drink it? Of course the Irish would do that. But that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to leave a suggestion down below for what you want to see me react to next. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.